Hi, today I'm going to show you how to paint this beautiful Spanish door with beautiful colorful flowers with easy techniques. I'm Allison Pryor and I teach acrylic paintings for the beginner, step by step in real time so you can follow along with me. Let's get started painting. Now all you need for this painting is 11 by 14 canvas, and you can put it up this way, which is portrait, because the door is going to be a long ways. And all you need for your paints are your primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, ultramarine blue, cad red, cad yellow, if you have that on hand, if not just whatever you have on hand, and white, and green, and burnt umber, and black. So just use what you have on hand. You don't have to not do the painting because you don't have the exact colors. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mix up a really nice background color. So you're going to do the whole background first. You won't do the door first. You can draw the door out first and then paint around it, but it's easier, I found it easier to do it this way. And you're going to mix up a really nice color, like a cream color, whatever color a light color you want in the background. And I'll show you how to mix that there now. And I'm also going to show you my brush. That's a bristle brush, and that's the one I signed. And so if you have one of those in hand, that's 1 inch. And then a smaller bristle brush, which is probably a size 8. And you can use whatever you have on hand. Don't think you can't do the painting if you don't have these brushes. And then if you have a chiseled edge Sable brush, that would be good, and that's a size 6. And we'll have those on hand, so just have those supplies on hand, and then we'll be able to get started. So all you have to do to get your color for your background is to mix some colors. Now another thing is, because we're mixing the colors here, brown, some yellow, some red, so you're getting all those colors together, and some white, and that'll give you a nice background color of a peachy, pinkish color. Whatever color comes out for you, it's okay. So you have more white than anything else. Okay, now the thing is, if you got to go back and remix it, your colors may not come out exactly the same. So if you want to, you can mix up a good batch of it for your background, or you can get pre-mixed, a bottle of pre-mixed background color. Okay, but I'm just going to do it this way because I don't mind not getting exactly the same color. But for this, in this case, you might want the whole thing to be exactly the same color, but the door is going to be going over a lot of it too, so and the flowers and everything. But let's get started with our background color first. Okay, I think what I'll do next is I'll put the walkway down here, and we'll make a nice gray color for down there, just for the underpainting for our walkway. And let's make our own gray. You can use black and white if you like, but I'm going to show you how to mix a nice gray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some brown paint, alright, some brown paint, and some blue paint. So brown and blue makes a really nice dark color. Alright, so brown and blue, there it is, about equal amounts. And then add a bit of white, so we get a bit of a gray color. See? Make your own gray. Now, there we go, that's nice. I don't know if it looks a real gray on camera, but it's a nice gray color. So just put that underneath here. Just go straight over, and we'll use this for an underpainting for our wall, for our front of our door there, and that'll get that started. So see what I'm doing? I'm just putting in the basics first. That's what I always do. Put in the basics first. Get the bigger areas painted first, and all the small details will go on top. So we're doing the basic areas first. the underpaintings and the bigger areas, and that'll start putting your painting in place. You'll be able to see it coming alive right before your eyes. You won't believe it. All these, as you fill it in, as you start filling it in, you'll see it starting to come alive. Yes. And then when you add color to it, then you'll be amazed. And this is the way paintings work. If you don't get confused and frustrated, you will be amazed at how painting really works. It's very simple. I'm not saying all paintings are simple to do, but you know, if you simplify it, you should be able to see it coming together fairly soon or in the painting. Now I know there are other people do their underpaintings differently. You know, everybody starts their painting differently, and they'll just slap on a bunch of paint and then they'll put everything on top of it. But with me, I like to paint areas and still make the painting look nice, because that way then I get encouraged to keep going. If I just slap on paint everywhere, a bit of gray here, a bit of blue, a bit of green, I would be confused and I wouldn't be able to do that. Now maybe some artists are so experienced that they can just picture things right away and they can figure it all out right away. I have to take my time and figure things out as I go along. Alright, so then we're going to bring this line over here. And we got to get a straight line here, so what I'll probably do is put a bit of tape there. And then we'll tape it off and we'll get a nice straight line there. Or you can use the chiseled edge of your brush. If you can get a nice chiseled edge, then that would be even better. Right? But if you can't get a chiseled edge there, then use a bit of tape. Good. Now we have that part done. See? Do it in parts. Good. Okay, now I think what we'll do is we'll go around the door here. We'll have our nice door edge here. And what I'm going to do is to make it a little rough looking is I'm going to get a Sable brush, synthetic, or as long as it springs back, you know, and it's stiff and springs back, but yet it has a soft touch to the bristles. Not bristles, I'm sorry. Yeah, so a really nice brush, and that way you can do the edges. So sometimes I grasp for words, as you can tell, but that's okay. So now I'm going to take some blue paint. Let's see now how we can do this. Let's take some blue paint and add a little bit of white. Don't mix it, just touch it. Okay, don't mix it, just touch it. And then we will bring it around this door here. See how the blue and the white are separating? That's what gives it that really nice old look, as if you had crumbling paint on your wood. Okay, so it starts to mix close. Alright, let me see if I can get it closer for you. If that starts to mix, then go back in and get some more white. Because we don't want it to be... And you can put your blue on first and then your white on after, but I like doing it this way. So just go on over it again. Go over it a couple of times if you have to. Get a little bit more white. We'll just put that little edge on here. Get more white if you have to. So you want some of the white to stand out. So I'm just touching and pulling, but I want my white and my blue not to blend together. I want it to separate. So if it goes on too smooth, as you can see, some of it has gone on a little smooth. Put some white on your brush and just go back over it again, but don't lose your blue. So it might be a little tricky. If I can think of an easier way to do it, I will. and I'll tell you about it. But right now, put on some blue. Maybe this way would help. Just put on only your blue first. Let's try that. So that's just your blue. And now, without cleaning your brush, just pick up some white and go back over that blue, but don't lose your blue. So just tap it on, sort of, you know, just tap, 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 tap. And you got some nice edges there to your door. Now we will be straightening up more things. These are just basic paint basics, the underpaintings and the starters, and like I said, this is just getting it started. So we can go back over all this when we need to. So we're just going to tap on around the door. Now that might be easier. A bit of blue paint. Tap a bit of blue paint on the chiseled edge of your brush. See? I'm using the chiseled edge of my brush. I'm not doing side to side. Well, a little bit on the sides, but I'm trying to get it on the top of the brush, so that when you tap on or pull it on, then it will it won't mix completely. So you need more paint. Just put it back on there. And if we can't get the white to come on, we'll go back over that after. I'm not really worried about it. I'm just trying. All I'm trying to do is get something started here. Okay, so try not to go in over that line like I did. Stay outside the line. I'm standing up, see, so a little awkward, as I always say in my painting, because I want you to know that, you know, it is easier when you're sitting down or when you're standing in front of your canvas, in your easel or wherever you're doing it. It's easier to stand directly in front, but I'm to the side, and just want you to know that, so you'll say, well, why isn't she painting straight? Like, what's happening? Okay, so anyway, so as you can see, I'm just trying to get the look of some old wood around the door, and I'm going to have to fix it up after for you. Okay, so but as long as you get at least that started. So just get that started. See how it looks like an old piece of wood there? And it's an old Spanish door, so I mean we'll fix that up and make it really pretty. So I'm just playing. There we go. There we go. The other side could be a little thicker. So just going to get some blue paint and just go back over it again. I'm tapping this time because it might help me get my paint separated. So I'm just tapping on those edges there. Good. Put a little bit of white. And I'm not rubbing it in because it'll only go into one color. I don't want it to go to one color. Now, if you want it to go to one color, you certainly can go ahead. It's your painting. You do whatever you want. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. And it's all fun. It's all fun. You can even have just a plain piece of wood around the door if you like, you know. And you can look at pictures of doors and Spanish doors, and you can use some of those reference photos to make your own type of door. But you can still follow what I'm doing. But if you want to change up a few things, you can certainly do that. You know, look at different pictures. Look on Google and Google Spanish doors. And then if you see something like this, then if they got something around the door that looks nicer, or if the flowers come further down, or they come different ways above the door, or they may crawl up the side, or whatever way, you know, you can. But you can still use what I'm helping you with is getting it started. So you can do anything you want with your painting. So let's continue on now. Now, why don't we put a shadow in here on the door? And we still have to fix this up. This is just a basic box around the door. So I'm just getting that there. Not to worry about that right now. So let's do a shadow first. I'm going to take maybe, I just got some more colors on here. Let's go with some black and some blue. Nice dark colors. Black and blue. A little bit of red. There we go. Nice dark color. And so I'm just using a flat brush. Flat Sable or synthetic, softer brush. Not a bristle right now. And we're just going to start at the top here and just come down around the side, on the inside of the edge of the door. There we go. And over here, just all around the door to get us started. And we got to work pretty fast because that's going to dry. So as you get on this side over here, let's put it thinner. So just use the chisel edge of your brush to get some shadow over there. So see that, how nice it looks already? So clean off your brush with some tissue. Clean it off really good. And then take that and start going back over it, but start moving it in towards the door. And that way we will get it nice and smooth and into the door. So just scrub at it. Scrub, 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 scrub. Scrub at the top. Scrub it right down into the door. So we don't want that line. We don't want a line there. We want it so that it all blends in with the door. Just scrub at that edge of that shadow there. Don't worry if it looks a bit messy at first. We can clean all that up. I don't want you to have to worry about it. I just want you to enjoy and know that no matter what you do, you can fix it, make it look nicer again. Now that dried off on you there. We can add a little more paint, just a little more. Now see, I want to do this so that you can see that it dries up. What you might say, well, what am I going to do? It dried up on me. Well, let's put some more paint back over what you just did on the inside of the door, right next to the edge. Now that's wet, right? So clean off your brush, clean it off, and go do the same thing. So spread it out towards the door. Scrub it if you have to. There we go. That's a nice little edge there. Nice little shadow. There we go. That looks really nice. See how nice that makes it look really deep. Really nice. Now let's put a few flowers or some greenery on this that we already have done. We're not going to put a lot of flowers on it yet. We want to do little steps by step. Just little steps, baby steps. So we're going to use this brush that I have, my Allison Prior brush. And this is one I love for using on my flowers and bushes and things. So there we go. So that's a 1-inch bristle brush. Hopefully you have one. Alright, now I'm going to dip into some green. So because we want to, this is a first coat of the green that we did. It's dark. So that's your first value, dark value. And let's go with a medium value. Alright, so I'm just putting some green. I got, you can use hunter green, sap green. If you're using sap green, it's pretty dark. So make sure you add a little bit of yellow or white to it just to brighten it up a bit. But I got my green here is light enough. So I'm just going to tap into that. And then that'll spread open the bristles. See how to spread open like that? Isn't that cool? And then you're just going to tap back over some of this that you already did. Good. Just to lighten them up a little bit. See, that'll brighten them up for you. So it'll be a second value. Good. And then maybe we'll just add a few more before we put the flowers on, okay? So just tap, tap gently to get that on there. See how easy that is with this brush? I love this brush. Alright. Now, let's see if you can see that. See? Good. So, when you get your sap green on, or with a little bit of yellow, if it's there, I'll just show you what I would do if I had sap green. I would, let's get this up there for you, tap into your green and a little bit of yellow, okay? You see it? There it is. Okay, that'll lighten up your green a little bit. And just, that'll spread out. If you don't have one of these brushes, just pick any brush that you have there, as long as it's bristle, and you can get the bristles to open up just by tapping it in your hand or on your tissue. And just tap again over this, and you're going to get some really nice, but be gentle so it won't be big blobs. All right, just be gentle. So see how that, you know, as you layer your paint, see how it starts to pop, you know, just pops right out. And all those darks that are underneath are making that pop out more again. So if you got a dark underpainting, which I like for most of my greenery, and then I layer it with different values, which is, you know, gets lighter and lighter as you tap on some more. See how that comes out really nice? Isn't that pretty? I mean, just as it is, it's pretty. But I'm going to add some flowers to that now in a little while. So I'm just going to leave that, and we'll move on to something else.